Hey there folks, and welcome back for another video. I'm your host CDB or Chris, and today I think we have a very good one for you. We're going to be using the grooming department, and this is the first time I've ever used this soap. This is Maleki, I think that's how you say it, and if not, I apologize. I did look it up, and that's how the place where I looked said it was pronounced, but if it's wrong, apologies. First time I've ever used a grooming department soap. This was sent to me kindly by Ruds. So I want to mention his channel, and I will link it below. If you haven't checked out Ruds, check out his channel below. We'll talk a little bit about Ruds in a minute. He also sent me a Schick Proline P30 blade, which I've never tried before. And it is riding in the Hawk, RazoRock Hawk, which I just got back from Ruds. I sent this off so he could check it out, and I was happy to do it. And he was very kind to send me back this grooming department soap, as well as the Omega Evo synthetic brush, because he knows I like synthetic brushes a lot. Thank you very much, Ruds. I appreciate it. So we scooped out some of this grooming department Maleki, which to me has a pretty stout and noticeable scent. I call it a good 8. Now, that said, it's an oud type scent, musky oud. Oud, as I know it, something similar to the Stallion RazoRock. If you've ever smelled that. I don't know oud based on smelling real oud. I only know it from soaps that contain or are supposed to be ouds. The scent to me, when you first uncap it, it's got a little bit of a whoa. And then once I smell it a little bit, and you can hold this one out a little bit until smell it, I actually like it. It's not my type of scent, but there's something nice about it, actually. It's a nice oud. It's pretty stout. And I've never tried this brand. They're known to have high quality. I believe this was a West Coast Shaving exclusive. $24 for about 5 ounces, which, you know, puts it in that almost $5 an ounce range. So it's fairly pricey, but, you know, we're going to give it a go. Let's go ahead and wet our Omega Evo. And again, thanks to Ruds. I've been wanting to try one of these, and he kindly sent it. So thank you, Ruds. Just going to spray a little bit of water on our sample, and we'll talk a little bit as we go here. I don't know anything about the ingredients in this soap. I will post the ingredients there for you, but I like to use these soaps as blind as possible, meaning I don't really know what's in them. I'm assuming this will contain your goat's milk and sort of higher quality ingredients because it's a higher price soap. I could be wrong on that, but you will see it on the screen. I really like to use things not knowing a great deal about them. So I will go get basic information, cost. I'll get the ingredients to put in the video, but I try not to read it because I want the real quality of the soap to come across in my impression. And again, I don't call this a review. I don't do reviews. I give you organic thoughts as I'm using products. Ruds, on the other hand, since we were going to talk about him, he does do reviews. So he will stick with a product for a while, use it. I don't know how many times he uses the product, but I'll assume a number of times, and then he'll give his thoughts on it. And it's a more comprehensive review. Talks a little bit about the soap maker in the case of when he's reviewing a soap, gives it a score and so on. That is not my thing. But he does a great job at it. He has a no-nonsense channel. It's very straightforward in his approach. It's just like, here's what I think about the soaps or razor or whatever the case may be. And that is it. It is no foolishness, no nonsense. The videos are generally fairly short relative to full-fledged shaving videos that a lot of us do. And so if you just want to see a no-nonsense approach, check out Ruds. He's been doing it for a long time. He's a good dude that I like, and I watch his videos. Okay, let's go ahead and use our Glen Helly Sea Mister. Get a little of that on the face. And today, let's not do pre-shave. Even though I want to use it up, let's just use this soap. And by the way, one of the things I want to mention is, I don't know if you can see it. You probably can't. Some people ask me why I lather up so high. I've got hair. Maybe you can see that. I don't know. The light is so difficult. You see that right there? Yeah, maybe want to do that. I've got hair that grows clear up to there. So that's why you see me lathering up so high. Some people say, why does he, lathering up that? Because literally there's hairs all the way up to there. And I hope you could see that. Once again, let's look. There we go. Yeah, I think you can see that. In addition to my memory line from the Dovo 95 the other day. Totally my fault. This oud is a different type of scent. It's, to me, it's got a bit of, it comes across sometimes, I wouldn't call it super earthy. Like, I tend to characterize scents as bright or earthy. And to me, sometimes they can be a little, some ouds have a brightness to it. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Now, I'm not a uber fragrance geek, so I can't tell you where on the wheel they sit, and all that sort of stuff. You can go to the Scented Soldier shaves for that. We used the Scented Soldier spoon today to scoop out a little bit of the soap. But anyhow, I find this to be a pleasant scent. It is a strong scent. I'm typically not a musk type person, but this one comes across, for me, I kind of like it, Would it be my absolute favorite scent? No. But there's also something for me that's kind of nice. Actually, it's one of those things where, I smell it, and the more I smell it, I'm like, I kind of like it. Is it a home run scent-wise for me? No. Like, I would much prefer a citrus bomb, but also there's something very nice about this. By the way, this Omega Evo sort of reminds me of the Simpson Trafalgar T3, sort of in its fiber. So it's not going to be the softest and easiest splaying brush. It has the appearance of, or has the feel, I should say, of a little bit of backbone. So if you're looking for a synthetic that feels like it has a little scrub to it, and by scrub, I don't mean harsh scritch, like a lot of people characterize it as scritch when it's a little bit scrubby, but almost itchy. This is scrub, meaning you can dig in a little bit. I actually find this one, both the Simpson Trafalgar T3 and this Omega Evo, to be good backburn brush. Okay, so here's our first few strokes with the Schick Pro line in the RazoRock Hawk. Man, that is smooth, smooth, smooth. Really good residual slickness on this grooming department. I saw the Chief, who's a newer channel to me. He loves grooming department. I think he likes, some of the pricier soaps. That's just sort of his preference, I think. One thing I'll tell you is that thing is just zipping off of that soap. So in terms of the slickness of the soap when you mix it with water, good. Quite good. So I don't think we're going to run into any sort of quality issues whatsoever with this soap. And this blade feels tremendous in this razor. I was looking these up last night, and I think the problem is availability here in the US. You have to get them from outside the US on eBay, and they're a little bit pricey relative to the feather. But I must say, this is a smooth blade. And Rudd's initially, when he saw my Hawk video, he wanted me to try this blade. And he offered to send some. I said, well, why don't I send you the Hawk so you can try it, and then you can send a blade with it back. And so, by the way, there I'm shaving that area. Yes, it grows hair all the way up to there. And I hope that came through on the camera, but if it didn't, just take my word for it. But back to the blade. This is a terrific blade, and it feels really good in this Hawk, which is in my view, this Hawk, and this is sort of the basic offering, meaning it's not the high aggressive model. It's fantastic. So much so that I let go of my aluminum Hawks because I knew this is the one. Yeah, this is my favorite single edge Artist Club style razor, SE razor. Man, good residual slickness on the grooming department. Scent, still quite stout. I would say this is a pretty strongly scented soap. I dropped my whole razor in the water there. Anyway, really, really nice on that first pass. So we're quite happy with that first pass. No bubbles, no troubles. Just a nice, relaxing SE shave today. So let's see what else I had on top today. Oh, gotta mention a video by Distorted Edge. I don't know if I've mentioned the Distorted Edge on my channel before. I think I have, maybe a month ago. But anyway, you got to check this video out that I'm linking below. He takes a mixing, like a KitchenAid mixer, and mixes up some Parazzo and like a Nivea, and has this massive lather. It's a humorous video. And it's kind of, the way I took it was, it was a kind of sort of parody of Uber Shave Geekery, where he's like, oh yeah, plenty of residual slickness, and he's just got this massive cloud of lather on his face. I really enjoy the video, and so I hope you'll watch it. And it's not a video to get upset about, you know, he's kind of having fun with it. Some people take things so seriously that, you know, you can't have any fun. And this video is killer, I think. So well done on that video. It's terrific. I was watching the Razor Burn podcast, and they had Mike Freeberg on, which it was a good podcast. The one with Declaration Grooming was difficult to watch, in my opinion. I mean, there were so many heavy issues, and they also got into sort of griping about insider sort of baseball as it applied to their jobs, because all three of those people are in the business. And so I'm a consumer. I'm not really interested in, you know, tales of woe. You know, that's just me from the business side, because I'm not in the business. But anyway, it was difficult to watch. A lot of, you know, focus on mental health and things, which I'm very compassionate about. But I found the Freeberg podcast a good sort of a bounce back from heavier material, let's put it that way. Absolutely nothing wrong with the podcast with Declaration, but I just found the Freeberg one, you know, more entertaining for me, I would say. And so they were talking about a lot of different topics, but among them, Mike Freeberg talked about simple scents like a lime, or, you know, something to the like, and pointing out that they sell because people like them. I being one of those. Sometimes, quite frankly, I am turned off by some of these uber complex creations. I just don't like them. And when I get orange, lime, lemon, and something else, I know exactly what I'm likely to be getting. And I like those sort of scents. Or even, it doesn't have to be those, you know, it can be sandalwood. It can be quite simple. It doesn't always have to be uber complex. And so I was glad that Mike covered that point, that it's good to have both. And so if you're an artisan and you never do anything simple or straightforward, I would encourage you to put out one now and then and see what happens. You know, I definitely get that is your product, and you want to have, you know, you want things to be in conjunction with the way you run your company and see fit. But there's nothing wrong with doing an aqua, or, you know, just something relatively basic, because a lot of us love those, and we love scents that we're familiar with. You know, we also love the unique scents. Boy, the quality of the slickness of this soap is off the charts, I think. This razor is just slipping around in a good way. So obviously I'm not going to be able to evaluate the post-shave on this product, because I use post-shave products, you know. And for me, only myself speaking, I find that it's nearly impossible to evaluate post-shave of a soap if you are using witch hazel bombs. So when I hear people who use all these post-shaves and they do a video and they're like, the post-shave of this is fantastic, but they just got finished slapping on witch hazel, alum, and all this combination of aftershaves and bombs, I'm like, how would you know? That's just me. But I think post-shave, you know, if you're going to evaluate the soap, don't use anything. Just let the soap sit on your face and then judge it for a few hours, and then we can tell. But if you're using bombs and rescue potions and elixirs, you don't know anything about the post-shave of the soap, unless you've used the soap without those things. That's my opinion, once again. Another thing I want to mention really quick is Lancaster towels. So Andre was very, very generous in donating 4 Lancaster towels. He doesn't even have the materials yet. But the winners in the Manny fundraiser raffle will be the first to get them when he gets the materials. One of the things I want to mention about these towels, because I understand that some people are upset because they can't get them. If you're patient, you will get them. Trust me. But the second thing I wanted to mention is I see some people who have automotive towels and so on. And I think that is absolutely perfectly fine. Use whatever is available in your area, but please consider also supporting, the small artisans, the small guy. Andre is a small artisan, and he's, stamping these leather pieces and making these really great towels. And he's putting his heart and soul in it. So I hope you will consider, even if you have one of those automotive towels, if you get the opportunity and you want to, if your desire is to get a Lancaster towel, I hope you will get one, when the opportunity presents itself. And it doesn't make me a dime. I'm just speaking in terms of what it means to a small artisan. And it's the same thing with soaps, We should try the classics, and we should try, overall, if we're trying all these things, it's always nice when we consider the custom brush maker or, help the little folks too. And it is a great help when you buy from people like Andre. And I want to thank Andre at Lancaster RazoRock for donating for Manny's fundraiser. He's a small artisan, and that's 4 towels he could have sold. And, so thank you. And please consider, if you love the automotive towel, I'm sure you'll love his too. And so consider getting one if you would like. And I'm not pushing you to do it, but I'm just saying, if you really want a Lancaster towel, you'll be able to get one at some point, because eventually, the demand will be met. I think it's going to take a while before they're regularly in stock. It takes him a while to get the materials now because of COVID, but consider getting one if you like, and consider supporting the small artisans, and that's across the board. And in this hobby, we really support the artisans big time. And so that is generally not a problem. But I just wanted to mention that because I have seen people with the automotive towels, and I just wanted to remind you that it's great to get one at Walmart. And if you love it and don't want any other towel, that is perfectly okay. But if you really want a Lancaster towel and you just got that as sort of an interim measure, then hopefully you'll get a Lancaster when the stock is there. So, man, this soap, really nice residual slickness. The brush, I'm quite happy with. From the perspective of a first run, I'm finding it to be quite good. It's scrubby. So on a day, if I want a little more scrub, I can get it with the Evo. To me, it's a lot like the Simpson Trafalgar T3 in the fiber and everything. It feels very similar. So those of you who are looking for a synthetic with backbone, the Omega Evo series is probably somewhere to consider. Now, if you're somebody like me, that most of the time I'm interested in something like cashmere, this is not that. But I will say it's not off-putting, so keep that in mind. Wow. This was a nice, super comfortable shade. This blade is phenomenal. I would go as far as saying this is, from the perspective of a first used, extremely smooth blade in this razor, in the Hawk. This is the stainless steel version 3 Hawk, and this Proline, now I'm gonna have to go get some Proline blades because this was very smooth. Only problem is they're a little pricey in the US, and it's not like they're not as easy to come by unless you get them on eBay or maybe Connaught Shaving or something like that. All right, man, oh man, I could just keep going. That's all, there's a little bit of lather there, but the residual on this is fantastic, I must say. Really, from the perspective of shaving soap, doing what it needs to do, good quality. I don't think you're going to have any issues on the lather front. Okay, let me rinse. We'll be right back with the post. Stay tuned. All right, and here we are back with the aforementioned Lancaster towel, which is just a moisture wicking, amazing little towel. And again, if you're interested in one, they will become available eventually. So stand fast, as they say in the military, which just means stand by, essentially. Let's go ahead and hit our witch hazel. in the mister, which I really like this way of applying witch hazel. I think it just distributes it better than splashing it, and then you can sort of wipe it in. But in that mist form, you're not wasting a lot of it, I find. That's just me, my opinion. I love the misters, as you know now. The Evo brush. Thank you, Ruds. If you are looking for a synthetic with backbone, this is a really good option. A little bit pricey at around 63 bucks. Much more expensive than most of the synthetics you find, but pretty doggone good, I would say. Definitely has backbone. Omega Evo, check it out if you're interested. Grooming Department. West Coast Shaving exclusive. Maleki. Oud, musky. Really nice if you like oud and musk scents. Very, very nice. Very good quality. I can't tell you a thing about the post-shave because, well, I'm going to put on these post-shave products. RazoRock Hawk, I am super happy with it. What a value at 60 bucks. Just phenomenal. The Schick Proline blade, super smooth in this razor. That's one of the smoothest shaves I've ever had from an Artist Club blade. Thank you, Ruds, for really making everything possible but the razor. Well, and the aftershave. He didn't send the aftershave. Thank you very much, Ruds. Make sure to go check out Ruds. Okay, we're going to finish this thing off with the Stallion. What's up? The Stallion. This is an oud-based aftershave from RazoRock. It's the only oud-like aftershave I have, I believe. I do like it. And of course, the Stallion is a friend of mine. So we're always happy to support the Stallion and point people to his channel. Remember that his channel is not safe for work or safe around your children. So it is adult rated R. The Stallion from RazoRock. Thanks everybody for watching the video today and joining me. I really appreciate it. This was fun, smooth, just incredible. I'm extremely pleased with all the equipment today. That's all there is to it. Thanks so much for joining me. Remember, I'm your host CDB, and I'm telling you, it's your shave, do it your way, and God bless.